Stretches?
She never smiles.
Yeah, a little bit, you
You
know,
smiling? I said,
and, some.
character. How to be good.
Call the meeting to order at 7:05. Yeah. Stand for the pledge. Right here, right there. Pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Can I have any public comment? Is there any public comment? Public comment going 3 times. No public comment? Okay. Approval of the minutes for the April 22nd, 2024 regular meeting. I have to say there is an error on it, and it was not the recording secretary. We had originally said October 22 grand list, and Kirk corrected us and said October 2023 grand list. It is actually item number 8, discussion and possible action regarding the annual abatement of taxes for the property of 12 Chestnut Street for the George A. Hummel Little League. And there was a motion to approve the abatement for the October 2023 grand list, when it should actually be October 22 grand list. So I just want to make that note. With that change, can I have a motion to accept?
So moved.
Motion by Al,
Second?
second by Teresa. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Abstain.
Abstain. Chair votes aye. Please note, Selectman Lombardi and Selectman Danka's abstention. Motion carries 402. Thank you. Presentation from Zach Zakuro regarding his Eagle Scout project. Zach was supposed to give us his Eagle Scout project that he did over at Eagles Landing, over by the Keith Mitchell, but he is traveling. He's actually scuba diving. I think he's in Australia, where he's learning to weld underwater.
Really?
Yeah. Wouldn't do that with the
Probably
sharks.
more important than his Eagle Scout project.
No, he already did his Eagle
Oh, yeah,
Scout
okay.
project. He already did it. But
Just
now,
acknowledging.
but now
I
he
got you.
is over there. I believe it's where he's learning to
Underwater well. Yeah.
underwater weld.
My cousin Grant does that. Yeah.
So that's kind of, because that's what he wants to go to school for.
Mhm.
I mean, and that's important. So,
Interesting.
great. Yes, we wish him all the luck on that. Item number 6, discussion and possible action regarding the recommendations for the ordinance committee for a split tax on motor vehicle. Attorney Driscoll?
I'm told there was a public hearing on that already went. You just need a motion to approve, and then you can move forward.
Thank you. Can I have a motion to approve the ordinance for the split tax on motor vehicles? To remind the board, the ordinance committee put this ordinance forward. We had a public hearing on it. And it is to cut the motor vehicle taxes into 2 payments. It says where it shall not exceed $100. It's actually a state statute that it's $500. It's actually a state statute for $100. So the new ordinance is to resolve that the taxes on motor vehicle grand list levied against all taxable motor vehicle property in the town of Seymour shall be due and payable in 2 equal installments, 1/2 thereof on July 1st, and the second half thereof on the following January 1st, commencing with the October 1st, 2023 grand list. Any tax at aggregate amount which shall not exceed, it should say $100, shall be due and payable in 1 payment on July 1st.
So moved.
Motion by Pat,
Second.
second by Al. Discussion?
I would just ask that, that 500 be changed to 100, Amory.
Yeah.
We did do that. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Chair votes aye, motion carries 6-0-0. Thank you. Ordinance for naming of a facility in areas owned by the town. Since Selectman Stanek drew up this ordinance, I think he should have the honor of reading it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
This is Read Across America Day at the Board of Selectmen.
It is.
Okay. An ordinance concerning the naming of facilities and areas owned by the town of Seymour. The Board of Select Persons of the town of Seymour, the board, shall be the authority authorized to name facilities and areas as hereinafter defined owned by the town of Seymour in accordance with the following procedure. 1. A proposal to name a facility or area, or to change or otherwise modify the name of a facility or area, shall be presented in writing to the board. The proposal shall identify the facility or area, the proposed name, and the reason or background for the proposed naming of the area of the same. 2. The board shall consider the proposal at a meeting of the board within 30 days following the receipt of the proposal by the office of the first select person. 3. If the board, within its discretion, wishes to further consider the proposal after the initial meeting of the board on the proposal, the board may conduct a public hearing within 30 days thereafter by notifying the public on the Town of Seymour website and through the filing of an agenda of the date and time of the public hearing. 4. The board shall thereafter take action on the proposal within 30 days following the hearing. If the board fails to act on the proposal within said period of time, it shall be deemed that the board denied the proposal without prejudice. 5. A 2/3 vote of the entire membership of the board shall be required to name a facility or area in accordance with the provisions of the ordinance. 6. The terms facility or area as used in this ordinance shall mean town-owned buildings or parts or sections thereof, including but not limited to rooms, hallways, offices, gymnasiums, librarians, auditoriums, media centers, and parks, as well as roads, streets, bridges, pavilions, gazebos, school buildings, recreational fields, monuments, open space areas, trails, ponds, and streams, including appurtenances associated therewith. And 7, notwithstanding anything to the contrary herein, the Board of Education, Board of Police Commissioners, and Board of Fire Commissioners, respectively, shall have the right to name interior areas of the buildings over which they have jurisdiction, in essence, the schools, police station, and fire houses, including but not limited to rooms, cafeterias, hallways, offices, libraries, media centers, gymnasiums, and courtyards within buildings under their respective jurisdictions.
Thank you, Selectman Sandy.
Thank you.
You. All in favor?
We need a motion.
No, need a
We need a
motion.
motion to accept.
To approve and
Thank you.
accept the ordinance concerning the naming of facilities and areas owned by the town of Seymour.
And I'll second the motion.
Motion by Trish, second by Fred. Discussion?
Just want to thank the ordinance committee for all that work they did on that
You're welcome.
and reading it.
Good job, good job.
We just want to hear him say appurtenances.
Appurtenances.
Again.
I haven't had an opportunity to use that word in my
Whole life.
Whole life.
I
That's an
promised
attorney-
I would
that's an
use
attorney
it and
word.
work it into my vocabulary, but the opportunity has yet to come
That's
up.
in the attorney
Well, it's
lexicon,
always
right,
good
Fred?
to expand our vocabulary.
There you
Sure,
go.
we could share some terminology with us.
With useless legal jargon.
All in favor?
Aye.
Chair votes aye, motion carries 6-0. Thank you. Discussion and possible action regarding the motion to go out to bid for a steep grant for the community center roof and community center elevator. Gotta find it. 7. Go ahead, Al.
You want me to read it?
Uh,
Or you want to make a motion?
Make a motion. We have to
All right, I'd like to make a motion to go out to bid for the steep grant for the community center roof and community center elevator. It's the elevator modernization.
Yep, bid number.
Bid number SEY 202-40418-1.
Thank you, as well as bid, the roof replacement.
Next one? Okay. And for the roof replacement, bid number SEY 2024-40418-2.
Reread the bid number again, please, Al. You repeated a number,
You did.
so please.
Did I?
Yes.
SEY 202-40418-2.
Thank you.
Sorry, I forgot what kind. There we go.
All in favor? Oh, sorry, discussion and possible action. Motion by Al,
Seconded.
second by Pat. Discussion.
Yeah. What is the value of the grant? Do we know that? Total dollars involved?
Almost $1 million
Okay.
to both, for both.
The elevator
And the roof.
And the
Yep.
roof, okay. And I guess the other question is, do we have any payout on that? On the town side?
No.
Okay, very good. Thank you.
And the reason why we had to use that was because when we do the bid and we have to follow through the grant, we have to make sure we have a motion that reads out the bid, so in case we're ever audited, it goes with it exactly.
Right, got it.
Okay? Any other discussions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Chair-
Abstain.
Chair votes aye. Please note Selectman Danka's abstention. Motion carries 5-0-1. Thank you. Appointments, there are no appointments. Transfers, there are no transfers. Tax refunds and abatements. Please look into your thing for the tax refund and abatement from Christina Swanson, the Assistant Tax Collector.
I'll make a motion to accept as presented.
Second.
Motion by Trish, second by Al. Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Chair votes aye, motion carries 6-0. Correspondence, we have no correspondence. Public comment. Public comment going twice. Public comment going 3 times, no public comment. First, Selectwoman's report, just a couple of things. I just want to say, I had a good day at the George J. Hummel Opening Little League, which was Saturday, and good luck to all those teams. Men Who Cook is April 20th, 2024. I'm actually going to be there. It's actually going to be females who cook. Surprise, surprise. So I'll be serving along next to Mayor Cassetti and a couple other mayors up there. The Exchange Club is doing their mini golf on April 27th at the Ansonia Boys Club. This Saturday is our Earth Day event. Remember last meeting, Lily Fabiano was here. We'll be at the community center, Cedar Street, the River Walk. There's a couple other places we're going to put people. We will have the trash bags to give to those who want to help clean up. We all-
Question?
Yeah.
Where will they get them? At those locations, or is there central
Just
location?
come to the community center. Everybody come to the community center, and then they can go from there. Last 2 weeks ago, the Public Works Department, 3 weeks ago, Public Works Department was up picking litter, and I think they got 6 truckloads filled with garbage of bags.
All over town, Emery?
Exhausting.
Yeah,
Yeah,
all over town.
it's disgusting.
It is. It is.
They did do some work up in the area that you had a concern on, so.
I noticed,
Yeah.
I noticed. Tell them thank you. It's really bad. People are throwing tires over here, too.
It's disgusting. Bungay Road, West Church Street, Botsford, all the paperwork has been submitted. So we're just waiting for the state to give us the okay to go out to bid. That, the water company is opening the road in June to replace the water main going down in the West Church Street, Bungay Road area. We're not gonna start the road project until after that is done, because we don't wanna start a road project and have them do that. So that's gonna start in June, and then we'll probably start in August with our road project. There is traffic control over by Cogwheel Lane on the eastbound that the state of Connecticut will be replacing. You okay? It's a signal light with a sidewalk and a ramp over there.
I'll be okay. Sorry
Okay,
about that.
no problem.
Allergies.
We ordered the playground for Chatfield Park for the Sensory.
Yep.
There was a broken kiosk over at the War Memorial on French Park. Public Works has gone up and fixed that. Want to say that?
Was
Public
it
Works.
vandalized or broken?
No, it's just over years, I guess, it has started to come down.
Okay.
So we're working with Mike Kearney on getting things up there replaced.
Okay,
That's
this-
an age item.
okay. Nobody vandalized it.
No,
Good.
and then a
Okay.
tree must have fallen on
Yeah.
the gate around the Civil War
Yep.
cannon.
Okay.
So Frank is gonna get that replaced. We got the list from the state of Connecticut for the campaigns for the war, so Mike Kearney is gonna take that back to make sure that we have all Seymour residents listed from the Civil War to the last war, and we're going to look at ordering the 2 plaques so we can finish off the war memorial. I don't want to call it the war memorial, but the memorial area up there. Public Works completed the new fencing, and they took trees down around the cemetery on 34. I call it the cemetery on 34. I don't know the name, the official name of that cemetery. What is it? No, it's not.
No.
It's in Seymour.
Oh, sorry. my bad.
Yep.
In Seymour on Route 34, heading towards Oxford. Yep, don't know the name of it.
Yeah, we're doing some, in addition, we're doing some brush cut back there for the state, just to kind of make it look pristine.
Yeah. I know it's no longer used, and it's only going to be a matter of time before the town of Seymour has to take that one over, like we did at the one on Derby Avenue. The food bank has new hours. We're going to be posting the food bank's new hours for Saturday. They're now open on Saturdays as well. There are Eagle projects happening around town, Fountain Lake, Eagle's Landing. So if you see the Eagle Scouts out there working, thank you. Just thank them for what they're doing as they're earning their Eagle Scout award. Curbside pickups start in May. First ones are going to be the 20th and the 21st. They are normally the last Monday and Tuesday of the month, but because we have Memorial Day, in May, it's the 20th and the 21st, and then going forward, all bulk pickup will be the last Monday and Tuesday of the month. They need to call Public Works to schedule a pickup. Leaving it out just outside your curb is not the place or the way to do it. Tomorrow is the grand opening for Superior Products, the Haynes Building on Derby Avenue at 10 o'clock. So I want to welcome the town Riverside Breakfast and Lunch. They are located in the old Chavez building, bakery, where that is, as well as Cast Iron Chef Pizza and Bar. And I'm sure you all saw, we really couldn't say anything, but Wildflower made the announcement before we could. Wildflower Confection is coming back to Seymour.
Do you know the location?
Yes, I do. It's Giggling Pig and then them. It's where the old country store used to be.
Nice.
Yep. High school sports and middle school sports have started. Just want to say good luck to the middle school boys and girls baseball and softball team, as well as all the high school sports that are taking place. And thank you, finally, thank you to our volunteer fire departments. Last week, there was a devastating fire on Patrick Drive. It was a tough one for our firefighters, but, we had firefighters from Oxford, Beacon Falls, Ansonia was covering our stations. And I'll tell you, our juniors were out there. And I didn't know, they weren't fighting the fire, they were helping with things that they could help with without actually fighting the fire. And the way they worked with the volunteer firefighters and the volunteer firefighters helping them, it was outstanding for me to see, because the way they all worked together, the respect from the young to the firefighters, and the firefighters weren't just looking at them, oh yeah, kid, get out of my way type deal. I would never have known they were juniors unless I saw the bottom of their coat, juniors. So I was very thankful for them. And Woodbridge volunteer, not their volunteers, but the Woodbury dog ACO was out holding and taking care of the 3 dogs. As we know, that there was 4 dogs in the fire, 1 perished. But she was helping them with the dogs, and she stayed until they were able to take the dogs. They're currently staying with a family member, but they're looking for a house or a rental here in Seymour. So we hooked them up with a Quarry Walk to see if they could help them out. So I just want to say thank you to our fire departments for all they did. And that's all I have. Select persons' comments. We will start with Teresa.
Okay. Oh, I meant to do this earlier. If we could just have a moment of silence for Marion O'Keefe. She was our Seymour historian, and she just recently passed. She was not born in Seymour, but she treated Seymour as it was her own home. She did a lot of work between the Seymour Historical and the Derby Historical, among many other places. She wrote books, and I think it's going to be a great loss for the town of Seymour. So we can just have a moment of silence. Thank you.
Yeah.
I too also wanted to commend the fire departments and the junior fire people. I was at someone's home visiting them outside in the driveway, and it was up in that area, and their neighbor came over, the neighbor's husband came home, pulled over and said that the fire just started up on Patrick Drive, and his daughter's a junior firefighter. And she had this mix of, I want to say excitement, but also she knew the devastation that they were going to be facing. They could see the smoke and everything where they are. But just that we have these kids coming up that are so involved in the fire department. We're lucky in Seymour that we do have this volunteer. And I know you have a grandson who's going to be a leader soon in that department. I did want to just,
Generation.
right? I did want to bring up about the Skokrat drainage. You know, we have the ice at the bottom of Skokrat.
Mhm.
If you can get Public Works out there tomorrow to look at it, we have all the water coming down, and it's kind of undermining the road right there, where you like really have hunk coming out. It's been a drainage problem forever.
It's on Skokarat and 67,
Right,
correct?
but it comes down Skokrat, doesn't hit that drain right there on Skokrat, and keeps going around onto 67 where it does finally hit a drain.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, there's a little issue there. We need to be probably having some discussions, Frank, with the state also.
yeah. I think it's gonna have to be a project between the state and the town.
Yeah.
So we know, we had Brian go out and look at it.
I think he did go out.
And he did, and it's actually water, it's seepage. It's not, we thought there might have been a broken pipe up there,
Right.
but it's not a broken pipe, it's actually
Mhm.
seepage coming out. We've had an unprecedented amount of rain, and the ground can only soak up so
Right.
much.
Yep.
So that's what Brian is looking at, but that is what's causing that, but we have to do something that will stop it from coming across the road,
Exactly.
so,
Yeah, it just didn't happen this year. I mean, it's been going on
Yeah,
quite a
yeah.
while.
Oh, yeah.
so maybe a storm drain or something.
Yeah, and then, can we maybe get an update next month? Are we completely resolved with 160 Main Street? Are we done with that?
165 Main Street?
Was it 160?
165 Main-
Parking lot.
Yeah, that is the town's parking lot.
Okay, so if that's all resolved.
That was
we don't-
resolved,
Okay,
February, that was resolved.
The sign is still up, though, and
Yeah.
it's confusing the hell out of people.
I understand. We had asked, we have asked several times for them to take the sign down because it is confusing, because we have, public parkings on the site because they have the parking there.
And 12 spots, yeah.
And we were told that the sign is on their property that says reserved.
Right.
But I said, okay, but understand that this
It's at
is,
both entrances, though,
It's-
that's
it's
the
at both-
issue.
I understand that, but we've asked them to take it down and they don't want to take it down. We have the license from the state of Connecticut stating that goes to the town, and it was an oversight on the DOT's end of it, that should have never been leased out.
Mhm.
So we have all the paperwork, it's been resolved, they were asked to take down that tiny, you're talking about the sandwich boards?
right.
Yep, they
Yeah.
were asked to take them down, and they said they're on their property, and it shows that private property, even though it says private parking, there are
Right,
signs that say
right.
private parking and public parking, we don't want to take their signs down.
So is there anything that we own there that we can clearly mark as town?
Yeah,
parking
so
spots?
what
We
we
need
are
to do
going,
that.
what we will do is we are going to stripe the public parking with blue lines, and then those, and we'll mark public parking blue lines.
Right.
Thank you.
That, that's what we'll do. But as far as their sandwich signs going up, it's on their property.
Right. And then just finally, that, I don't know if it was 165, but the Rogel property, is there anything gonna be done with that? I mean, I
Yes.
drove down Main today and all the sandbags that are in the sidewalk and everything.
So we spoke to Lon, the owner, about that again today, and we told him that we had to send the money back to the state, because the state only gave us the money if he was gonna sell us the property, and he refused to sell us the property, so the money is going back to the state of Connecticut, and we will not be giving him the money for it unless he wants to sell it to us. Because in order for us to use the money for that, we would have to enter into an investment lease with him, and that's not something he wants to do.
And how much was that money for?
That money was to buy the property, which the assessed value of that property was $350,000, to buy the property and to run utilities for it. This way the town could sell the property to an investor that would put something there. He came back with an email today asking if we could loan him that money, and I told Sheila, no, we can't do that because that money was given to the town. It's not a loan that was given to us. It was given to us so that we could buy that property.
We're in
So,
the banking business now.
yeah, we're not in the banking business. So, I know Buildings Department, Jim Baldwin will be speaking to him as well. Okay?
I would like to follow up with your discussion, Madam First Selectwoman, about men who cook Saturday evening. I will be participating also with Commissioner Jim Bukowski.
Are you cooking?
Great plan.
I'm doing empanada.
Very nice. And I do want to mention as a follow-up to the
Sounds
discussion.
thrilled.
I just want to move on. The discussion regarding the unfortunate fire, my heart goes out to the family, their loss of their pet. Unfortunately, there's no loss of either.
That's the main thing.
And nothing further.
Thank you. Selectman Britton?
Yeah, I just wanted to echo our thoughts to thank our first responders for all they do. We've received a lot of calls lately in Seymour, and just want to let them know, we expressed it, we appreciate all that they do. I'd also like to thank the ordinance committee for their hard work on the two documents that we've approved tonight. And I also wanted to congratulate the UConn men's hoops team, the Huskies, on their back-to-back titles, keeping Connecticut the center of the college hoops universe since 1995. We have lots of proud UConn alum in Seymour, some of which were at the Final Four in Phoenix. Had a great time, so I'm glad that the men won this year and that the women also did great as always, making another Final Four. So, yay, Connecticut.
My thoughts also go out to the family who is dealing with devastation of their home. And thank you to all the firemen, junior and senior, who helped to battle that fire. Also, just a reminder to everyone, with the heavy rain that we've had, there is a lot of silt and debris that is potentially on a lot of sidewalks. I have watched two runners this week on a busy road slip on the gravel that's washed off onto the sidewalk, and one of them fell into the road. So just everyone, just be aware, if you can run on a side road, probably better, not in a main road, but be careful regardless, because you don't obviously want to suffer from more severe injury than just falling. Lastly, for those of you who all already know, because I shared it at the beginning, I have a new grandson, Micah Alexander, and he was 7 pounds 3 ounces, 22 inches long, and is just a complete doll. I'll be happy to show anybody pictures. And that's all I have. That was my big news for the evening.
Selectman Lombardi?
Yeah, I just have a couple of things. You related to what Public Works had done. Additionally, they went up and clayed the field at Casa Grande. They did what I consider an excellent job in getting it ready and so on and so forth. So my hat's off to them as usual. And I'd just like to urge our residents to get out and come to our annual meeting tomorrow night.
That was my last thing I have.
That's all I
Reminder,
have.
thank you. April 17th, tomorrow, 7:00 PM, the community center bingo room is our budget hearing, and that is for the town residents to put forth our budget to vote the referendum on May 2nd.
If I may,
You may.
we had talked a year ago about charter revision to change that provision of this annual meeting. I mean, in my opinion, the provision is unconstitutional because it only allows reduction of the budget at town meeting. It should go either way. The public should have the opportunity at that point to raise the budget or raise certain areas. So in my opinion, that provision is unconstitutional. I'm not a judge. I would advocate that if the court.
Would you play one on TV? Yes. So,
Just to relate to your comment, and it's neither here nor there as far as I'm concerned, I was the chairman of the Charter Revision, and we did, I will tell you that we did spend a astronomical amount of time debating this issue, and unfortunately, it did not go anywhere, so that's all I can tell
But
you.
the issue was spotted, is your point.
What's that?
The issue was spotted.
So were all the grammatical errors that the public voted down and
You know.
corrected, so.
Charter revision in the past has passed. Unfortunately, it did not pass time around. So I think it's worth another shot.
I think so. I was looking at putting a charter revision committee together.
You know,
Attorney Stanek.
You know my response to your,
Yeah, you said yes.
Yeah.
I have enough on my plate right
You said you wouldn't chair it, but you said yes.
You did.
now. That was another committee.
That was the ordinance.
Well, we do have to put a charter committee together. So hopefully we can start getting some names. I'll put that out for our next meeting, May 7th. Hopefully by then we have a budget that has passed the first try. Because every time we go out to vote, it's a $5,000 a referendum. Yeah, last year it cost us $15,000 just in referendum. And it, that cost has to come from somewhere.
Now, we are supposed to meet after the town meeting.
Yes, so we have a Board of Selectmen meeting.
I did not receive notice of that special meeting tomorrow night.
It's on the website. Did you not send that? You guys please send out that agenda, because I know it's on the website. So
Okay,
please send out
I just
that.
wanted to make sure that it was still on.
So we'll make sure, yeah. So we have a meeting tomorrow after that to move it forward to May 2nd.
Yeah, of course, usually it's quick, right?
Yeah,
At the community center.
at the community center, because the department heads have to be there.
But the charter states we may meet, does it state we have to?
It does, right? It may, it doesn't say shall,
It
it
doesn't
says
say
may.
shall, it states we may.
We decided we may need, definitely.
Well, for the record, nobody on this committee, or this board, wrote all of those items in the charter that's currently written in the charter. That's been there for quite some time,
So the May 7th, we'll put out
The mess
a,
that it is.
you know, hopefully we'll get a list. I'll send Phil an email, you know, asking for names for charter committee membership, and I'll send it to our chair as well to see, is there any Board of Select member that wants to be in the charter revision? Mr. Lombardi, Mr. Stanek?
I think I might be
Ms. Conway?
interested. Yes.
Good.
Um, I would certainly tell you that I will help and assist.
Good.
I do not care to be the chairman. I think
I've chaired
gone
it
through
too,
my
like that's enough.
rendition of
My one time was good.
18 months.
I will offer my thoughts and my ideas. but
Expertise.
I do not wish to be a member.
Teresa volunteered to be the member chair.
I've always heard such positive comments from people about being on the Charter Revision Committee. I'm being a little sarcastic.
would like to
that I
experience
think
for
I
herself.
need to experience it. Not that I want to, but I've
Bless you.
heard so much about how fun it is.
Say the mask. Yeah. Stephen, can you put Teresa Conroy down for the chair for
Chair,
the
I didn't say chair.
Charter Revision Commission?
Oh, you're chair now.
I'm watching you, Steve.
Great. And I think Mr. Lombardi said he would help on as well.
Yep.
Tricia?
I am on so many committees right now,
I hear
please.
ya. I hear you.
I did a charter revision, I've done my time.
I'll chime in, my friend.
Okay, you chime in.
Participate.
All
I'll
right.
participate.
That's fine. All right. Great. With that, we don't have to ask for a motion to adjourn anymore.
Nope.
I will adjourn the meeting at 7:37.
Nice.
Thank you.
Thank you.